And welcome back to my diary series. Well, actually, I don't even want to call this any type of series because the only thing that I talk about is just things that are interesting to me and, you know, kind of updating people that are actually watching these videos what has been going on with my life, not in a self important way or uh, to be an example of some kind, but I think for a very long time now I've realized that you as a person can find something either interesting or something you can learn from other people's lives, even if they think what they're doing is like just going through life and dealing with things that everybody deals with. I think it's important to pay attention to what others are doing and maybe find some wisdom in it, whether that be learning from other people's mistakes or from their success. So I don't actually remember what exactly happened last time that I made a video, but I do remember that a few days after that I went back to work and things just kind of fell apart for me because my job isn't very well thought out, let's just say that. The people that are supposed to be my managers kind of overlooked some critical points in the way that work is distributed and how much actual work is there for people to do. And my current team that I'm working in usually has two people, and the second person that I'm working with went on a holiday. He's actually expecting a child. I won't go into details on that, but God bless him. I have nothing but good things to say about him. But the point here is that work that is actually supposed to be done by more than two people is being done by two people in general. And with him being on a holiday, I had to kind of take on most of the things that he was doing. That's just how we structured our work together. And in that time, it was a Monday, I remember being very burnt out. I usually have never pushed myself to this limit, and I think I pushed myself even beyond it because I started getting physical, like discomfort and um, basically signals of high stress. I felt super bad, but still in that time, the only thing that could bring me back was praying and my beliefs, as well as my fiance, because without her I think this would have been catastrophic for me. I probably would have ended up in a hospital or something. But those two things are the things that kept me going. I went into work the next day and I explained to my boss and to everybody that needs to know this, like HR, blah blah. And I really didn't expect much. I just wanted to state my feelings and what exactly was happening on my end. Thankfully, thank God, the systems here in my country are much better than from what I've seen in, let's say, America when it comes to work and how the bosses are treating their employees and all that stuff. But I essentially got some time off to relax. I got a helping hand from other people that are not supposed to be working the job that I'm working, but they were willing to help. And yeah, I basically got a couple days off. I was able to somewhat recover, and I actually still have no idea what exactly happened, but I did come back to work on a Tuesday, this week actually, and my workload was severely cut, which is a good thing because I'm able to actually do the important things that I want to do and not stick to high numbers of cases that I need to do for my work. I work as a risk and anti-fraud analyst, so I'm basically preventing fraud in a specific company, and I won't name anything because it's not important. But yeah, basically I was stuck doing one task before because of the high volumes, and now I'm back into something more manageable, and the stress is lower. The help that I'm getting is still there because my coworker is still on holiday this week. He's coming back on Monday, which is tomorrow. So I think things are going to get better there. The point that I wanted to make is that work has been the most impactful thing that I think could improve my life. And through the grace of God, things were able to change for the better when I had no grasp or idea on how they could actually change for the better. Because I don't know if it was a mistake, but I was relying on my intellect and my capabilities and my energy to try to push things to go in a better direction. That by itself was not enough. And I thought that I did everything that I could, and I just stopped trying to improve, because what I found is when I was trying to improve systems and procedures and things at work, usually what would happen is I would just get incredibly frustrated with other people that are working with us, or how the processes weren't made before I joined this team, and all those things, they kind of culminated on that Monday that I burnt out. So the point here is, when you are faced with a situation that is almost impossible, or you think is impossible to improve, the best thing to do is to turn to God, because that's, first of all, that's the place where people usually find God, is at their lowest points of life, because they realize how much they have done and how much it has impacted their life, and they realize that their own power and capabilities is not enough, which for people that don't believe in anything is very destructive. It's something that can bring people down to their lowest of lows. That's where people start using drugs. That's where people start using alcohol, turning to lust, turning to gambling, whatever, anything that numbs the pain, right? But the point that you reach when you actually start finding God, because He's always there, that's the point where you realize that the things you shoulder yourself with and try to understand and unwind, in a sense, it's not yours to take care of. You don't need to take care of it. It's not in a sense to say that you can just lift your hands and leave everything else to chance and let your life fall apart. It means the things that have been tormenting you and the things that have been heavy on your mind, they are heavy on your mind because you're not supposed to be carrying them by yourself. So as God has found a way to fix or improve my life, so He can do to you as well, and for you. So I'll tell you what I've been doing. I've been praying 3 times a day. I've been trying to make a habit of reading the Bible at least every single day, as much as I can. During that holiday that I took, I mostly spend time with my fiance because we don't get to spend too much time because of work before that. Now it's a little bit better. I'm reading the Bible as much as I can, just because I really want to get in touch with what people are believing in for so many centuries, thousands of years, what they have been writing, how the relationship between God and people has changed through the times. I'm still pretty early in. It's like 110, 120 pages in maybe, but I'm enjoying the Old Testament. I think I'm at the point where they're building the tabernacle. Very interesting stuff. It makes me wonder if I should be doing something with my hands too, like all of this digital things, and videos, video games, making applications, business, la la la. That's all fine and dandy, but I think God has given us hands to do something physical with them. For me, that was drawing, and I did try also sculpting and some other things like playing a guitar, but I have to dive back into what that means for me. Yeah. Also, I wanted to take some time to thank the people that left some comments. They are locals from my country, so it's not English comments for the most part, but they are comments regarding God and religion, and how one of them came upon my video and how it wasn't a coincidence. Of course, I don't believe in coincidences either. It's just, as Bob Ross liked to say, it's happy accidents. I'm happy that people are able to connect with my video and be called to leave a comment, because that also makes me more motivated to put out a video. This is actually the reason I'm putting out a video, because for some reason YouTube didn't really give me notification that 1 week ago a person left a comment, but as I said, no coincidences, divine timing. I have the time now. I read the comment, I responded, and I decided to make a new video. So yeah, that's pretty much what has been going on with my life. A last point I wanted to make is, not only is, in my opinion, this is my experience with God, this is my conclusions, not only does God take care of the burdens that are not meant to be taken care of by yourself, I also find that before things can improve, they usually get worse. And that has to do with a TikTok video I saw also that ties into this, but I don't remember who exactly posted it. I didn't save it, I think. Probably have sent it to some people, so if I find it, I'll tag it down below. I'll tag the creator. But they said that everything that you engage in that can improve your life feels bad at first. For example, if you go to the gym with the goal of being stronger, usually at the start you feel weak because you haven't gone to the gym before. Or when you start drawing, for example, you want to draw a specific thing or up to a specific quality. At the start, you're gonna suck at it because you're just starting out. You're not gonna be able to draw. Everyone says, I draw just stick figures, I draw like a kid. Of course, everyone starts from there. So yeah, the point is, things usually feel worse and sometimes are worse before they get better. And that's because there is always a breaking point. From my experience, there's a breaking point of how much you can actually do and how much control you try to exercise. Because when you try to exercise a lot of control, it usually has the opposite effect. And the moment you realize that giving that control to God is the best option, that's when things start to get better. because only God knows what your life holds. Only God knows how things can improve, and only God knows you're not meant to burden yourself with everything. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video and if you have something to say in the comments, by all means be my guest. I read every single comment. Now if any of my videos reach a bigger audience and we get thousands of comments or something like that, it will take me longer, but I will read and respond to every comment that I think is worth responding to, because, well, some people are not here to make a discussion. Let's just say that. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video, whenever that comes, and maybe in the comment section. So take care of yourselves, and yeah, goodbye.